Hello, welcome to Questers of Yalpelor. Questers of Yalpelor is a weekly roleplay online improvised adventure game comedy show. My name is Itamar, and I'm your host and game master. And I've gathered four hilarious actors and improvisers from around the world to travel through the lands of Yalpelor with me. We have Matt playing Grubble Bumblin Esquire, a quarterling bubblemancer, desperately seeking to reclaim his family fortune. We have Jada playing Triss, a nebulous summoning who has only recently gained sentience, now gleefully exploring life and Yalpelor with their new friends. We have Talia playing Aklis Darkmoor, traveling Death Knight with an ancestral sword and lots of family history. And we have Trent playing Dirt Hotbelly. His father is an angel, his mother is a volcano, and he's 100% half rock buddy. These players are here not only to play their characters, but also to invent and flesh out other details in the game world, segue into other scenes, play other characters, and generally improvise lots of stuff and make my life harder than it would be otherwise. We're playing Macchiato Monsters, which is a D&D clone with an old school feel that I absolutely love. And let's also point out some new things that you can probably see on your screens right now as we speak. The design of the Roll20 screen is changing from week to week, but this time, for the first time, we have sketches of the characters, so you can actually see what they look like. Yeah, look at Aklis and Grubble and Dirt and Triss. They're all there. Don't they look awesome?
Aklis's skull face mask helmet
Yeah.
is just so cool.
I look like Skeletor. I love it.
That's right, you do.
Is there some sort of amulet-y thing here?
Ooh.
I can't tell from the
I think
details.
it's all
I don't
part of
think
the
it's an
armor.
amulet.
Yeah, I think
It
Part
would-
of the
it-
armor.
That looks like
It
the-
rem- It reminds me of Deathface from Frisky Dingo.
God.
From what?
Deathface?
I
Go
don't
check it
know.
out later,
I'll
because I
find
don't know what you're talking about.
Twitch
Um,
fans, do you know what Trent is talking about?
you
Please.
know this reference that
Paste
we
links in the chat. So we have the four characters. I just realized I didn't write down the titles, the names actually. So if you don't know them, then you might not know which is which. But I think from context, it's going to be quite clear. Also
fun
on
puzzle.
Dirt's shoulder, you see little Lohi, which is a dragonling, baby dragonling that Dirt is carrying around during the adventures. Also cool. And also I put down the attributes, the 6 attributes that they all have, and the training they have, and the traits. All of these things might have relevance during the game. For example, Aklis attacks twice, and Dirt and Grubble have spells, and Triss has special abilities, so all of that might come into play. It might all be very relevant today, because as we're starting... wait, I almost forgot. I wanted to attribute and give credit for this artwork. It's done by
Yeah.
Shani Grimm. Shani Grimm is an awesome Israeli artist, illustrator, and if you like these sketches, then hang around for next episodes next week and so on, because it's going to get better from week to week, and just going to look better and better until it's done. And there's more surprises coming up as well from her. So thank you very much, Shani. I'll paste the
We
link.
are improving the graphics. That's all you need to know, friends. We're just improving the graphics. We're gonna look better, more attractive.
Improving
You should share
everything
the-
from week to week. It's going to look better. It's going to make more sense. I'm learning the system. Everything is just going to make much more sense as we go along. Yeah.
Itamar, you should share the artist's name in the Twitch, and then when it finally gets uploaded to YouTube on the YouTube page too.
That's right. Yeah, it's going to be written down under the video in the description of the YouTube channel, and I'm going to paste it in the Twitch chat in a second. The artist
It is Killface, not Deathface. Sorry.
Killface.
That's terrifying.
Thank you. And another attribution, music, if I end up playing it this session, is by tabletopaudio.com. So that's it. This is a very good week to start watching us. If anyone is watching us for the first time, I don't know if there is, but our questers are off to a new adventure. They were falling down they're falling down Bottomless Pit, which is both the name of a pub and also a literal bottomless pit in the middle of Emag, the capital city of Yalpelor. And they stopped their fall, got Aklis' sword back, which was their quest, their goal that they were working on, working on at the time. But then Grubble found a door, a hidden door at the side of the pit that they decided to open by any means that they could muster, eventually getting it open and going into the mine shaft that was revealed behind that door. And we start this episode with our heroes walking through the mine shaft, a dark and cold place, which is drowned in darkness, or would be completely dark if not for Dirt's halo, which is lighting up the surroundings.
Didn't we
just
also
barely.
light some lanterns? I thought we had
Right.
lanterns.
I have a lantern and oil. I can light it again.
Sure, so
I
go
think I
ahead.
put it
Or
out.
maybe
Probably put it out when we went to bed. I
we
can
might
light it
want to
again in the
be
morning.
stealthy. So I'm
Oh.
not sure if lighting up our lanterns is a good idea. We don't know what might be lurking down here.
Who here is the most stealthy?
Probably Triss.
I'm super healthy.
No, not healthy, stealthy.
Sure.
It's either me or Triss, because the other two of you are quite.
Yes, I'm wearing heavy armor.
Well, then who is the most healthy?
I'm the most stealthy and the most healthy. I can do whatever you'd like.
And
It's
who
so
is the
pretty.
most? Who is the most wealthy?
Well, currently me, because I'm carrying all the party gold.
I gave you my deed.
I also have a deed to, where is it? A mine in the Borderlands.
Yeah.
That's true.
I have a bag of stones.
I have wine.
Do you know, Grebel? Do you know what we call a deed in my culture?
No, what do you call a deed in your culture?
Birth certificate.
I get it.
It's not a joke. It's just the truth. That's what we call it. But okay, laugh at me and the things that I know from my life before meeting you. It's fine. I like it.
I didn't laugh.
What the
Did I
what
get
the
it?
fuck is Akkad English? It's not a thing. Shorb. No one knows anything, Shorb, just it's swear words. That's all it is.
It's all right. Yeah, I think most of Shorb is swear words. So most things that you say are either deliberately a swear word or accidentally sounding like a swear word.
We don't want to cast the first stone, guys. Everyone's different.
Where I come from, casting stones is what we do on the playground outside when we are having fun tossing each other around. Because we are rock buddies. It's that was a joke. You can laugh now.
Let's advance.
Okay.
Okay. So
So
is
I'm
the
like,
lantern on or
nice.
off?
No, the lantern's off because we're being stealthy.
Okay.
I'll
sure.
just walk behind Dirt so I can see where we're going with the halo over Dirt's head.
All right. You're walking down the path and
Sorry, Triss. Triss, if you're being stealthy, then you're not supposed to hum.
Oh. Sorry.
So you can do one or the other. You can be stealthy or you can hum.
In this instant, we'd rather you be stealthy, please.
Okay.
Okay, so walking forward, Triss, you see what you saw last night when you ventured a little bit inside the mine before you went to sleep, and you actually get to the crossing. It's a four-way crossing, and the paths are completely straight, just dug out of the rock, and there's really not really any sign of any one of them being different from the others. So what do you do?
See, I told you there is one path and two paths and three paths and four paths. We have a path each.
The thing is, we're all using one light source here, so we can't all go different ways.
Oh.
I suggest we go left.
Right, I have no good reason not to. Let's go left.
Wait. What about middle left?
What about middle left?
No.
Oh, I know. We could play a game, or we could toss a coin.
A coin usually has two sides.
We have left and middle left.
Right, between just those two options.
And middle,
All right.
middle right.
Grebel, I believe you have some coin.
It's
I-
I will specify that when I said four-way crossing, I meant the way you came from is also counted in one of the four ways.
Oh.
It's just a straight
Left, middle,
straight
right.
intersection.
So we can go back the way that we came,
Yes.
or we can go left, middle left, or right. Which one?
So middle left doesn't go straight ahead; it goes.
So it kind of
yeah, it
curves.
curves slightly.
Right, there we go. Good. That's all clear. It's very clear. We all knew what we were talking about.
Exactly.
Right.
Also straight passage. Yeah. Makes total sense.
I reach into the infinity box that I've got, and I reach all the way down, and I find a coin somewhere at the bottom, and I pick it out, and I toss the coin. Bing. And I guess that might be like a roll, because on
Yeah, can we do like a luck roll? Is there a luck roll?
Is there a D2?
you can roll a d2 on.
But I'm wondering if it's we want to do one or two, or if we want to see if our game master will let us do a luck roll.
I will let you do a luck roll, sure. Yeah.
So
I
how
think I
does
like
that work?
idea. So Grebel, because you're the one doing that, I think. I wonder what kind of roll is going to be that luck roll, because it has to have something to do. It doesn't have anything to do with your trait, for sure, so you don't get advantage.
Nope.
And I don't think you're using magic because it's pure luck. Let's make it a regular charisma roll to see how much the universe loves you right now.
Okay. It does not love me.
It does not. You rolled an 18, which is unlucky. So yeah, the coin lands on the result, which indicates you should go to the middle left path.
Right. Clearly, middle left is the best way to go. Everyone agree?
Clearly. Yes, of course.
Excellent.
It's destiny.
Yeah.
And Triss is just gonna rocket their way rather
Yeah.
through.
Sure. Triss is bouncing forward before the rest of you. They're black and smoky, so they almost immediately disappear in the darkness. Let's roll dexterity, Triss. Do you have advantage from anything? I don't think so.
Other than just being difficult to pin down.
I noticed something nice, which is when I look at my other monitor, it looks like I'm looking at the the character sheets. So
that's
kind of
I'll put mine
makes
down.
sense.
Rebel is this
Yeah.
way.
Exactly.
Tactless is this way.
Yeah. So success means, you slither forward pretty silently, and you are the first one out of the four questers to hear the footsteps ahead. The tunnel continues. It stays just as straight. You can't really see very well because dirt is all the way back there, and whoever it is walking in complete and utter darkness.
Hello?
Roar! Who is it?
It's me.
The steps, the steps start running. They get farther away from you. It's running away.
I turn to Aklis and I say, I think we might have to give Triss a few lessons on being stealthy.
Yeah, you all heard the roar and the conversation, of course.
I'll roar back. Roar!
Your roar echoes through the tunnel, but nothing answers. His steps fade away and disappear.
Triss, did you see
Hey.
who it was?
Gretel, why don't you try to talk to them in Shorb?
Well,
Itamar, were the footsteps walking towards us or away from us?
they ran away, I think.
No, but when we first heard them.
Triss, roll wisdom.
I'm relatively wise.
Oh, well done.
He was, or it, or they were walking towards you to begin with, and then they started running.
I think they were coming towards us. Maybe they wanted to be friends, but then I didn't mean to scare them.
So the person spoke to you in common?
Or endemic. I don't remember.
Okay, well I don't speak endemic, so let's hope it was common. I say let's go after the person, see if we can catch up with them.
Right.
All right.
Do you think there were also people on the left path?
Do you think we should go all the way back? Is what you're saying?
I don't know, just, making conversation.
I see.
I
Well, I've
feel
always-
very committed to the left. This left. Our middle left.
Straight.
You walk forward. At some point, there's the ruined the ruined remains of a track that used to be used to carry some of the products of the mine, the tools and the ores that were mined there, and then fell into disuse probably a long time ago, because right now they're completely broken. You can barely see the bars, most of them broken and some of them still kind of like attached in the way that they were before. But a little bit after that, you can see a shadow materialize, which is on the ground. It's like lying down against the corner, against the wall, and it looks like a body of a person, and it's not moving. It's sitting up against the wall, just slumped there.
Right.
Humanoid? Human?
Yeah, humanoid.
It may or
May I
may not
examine
be
the body?
dead, so let's send Atlas.
Poke it with the stick.
I'd like to examine the body. What can I roll for that?
Do you just look, or do you get close and do something?
I get close and I look at first, and then if it looks dead, I'll fetch it.
So
maybe.
this body seems to be armored in chainmail, and they have an empty scabbard, which is used to hold a sword, but right now the sword is gone. However, the front of the chainmail around the chest and the stomach area is completely rended open. Something clawed and tore it apart and left like a big gash in the chest. There's a helmet that kind of covers the entire face and doesn't really reveal the face of the person.
Can I tell how long it's been there? The body?
Not just from looking.
Alright, I'll get close.
Okay. Under the big gash in the chest, you can see something dark. It doesn't look like flesh or bones. It looks darker.
Cool, awesome. I poke it.
What?
The stick?
It's
What am I meant to do? I need to know what this is.
You're-
No, okay, I won't
you're
poke
the
it.
death expert here.
I'll try and remove the helmet.
All right. You remove the helmet. The head under the helmet just falls aside in an inhuman angle, and then slumps like on the shoulder and down on the chest. It's only after a second that you realize it's not a head. It's just a piece of like leather or something that's tied around the neck, and there's just lots of stuffing in there, like in the general shape of a ball. Someone just tied some leather onto where the neck should be, and this is
Why?
just a little ball that just now fell forward on the chest.
So it's
Thanks.
not-
I pick up the ball.
Sounds like a practice dummy.
I chase the ball and I keep kicking it on accident while I try to pick it up and
Wait,
just kind of
so you go to the body as well. You pick up the ball, but the ball is tied
No.
through a leather sack to the body, so you tear it
Oh,
apart.
sorry. I thought you said that it like rolled off and rolled
No,
away.
no, it slumps on the
I
chest right now.
misunderstood.
So it's not
I-
a real dead person. It's not even a real person, Atlas.
I'm not sure yet what this is.
I know what this
I
is.
will poke the chest. I'll
Yeah,
poke
it's more stuffing. It's just more stuffing. The whole body is just stuffing inside the chain and shirt and pants.
I know what this is.
What?
Tell us.
This is a scare quester.
To scare off questers.
Oh, I
Yes,
see.
of course. They
Understand.
fill it with ropes and leather and all other things, and they put it here. It usually means that there's something very good to continue walking, and they want you not to continue walking. So they put this here so that you stop walking and turn around. But I think
They have a brain? Were they looking for a brain?
Tris, do you want the body? Maybe you could you could take this thing and become the body. Does it work like that? You could be the.
If you climbed into the hole in the middle and you put your tendrils all the way
Right.
up and down the stuffing.
I like me.
Or we could just keep walking. I mean, Itama, can I try and see how old this thing is? Like, is it covered in dust or?
Roll a wisdom check, please.
Hoo-hoo, so wise. That's me. Oh, I am.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that not only is it not covered in dust, also there's a clear marking on the dust on the floor that means that it shows that it was dragged up to its current location very recently.
Dragged from further inside the tunnel.
Further down the tunnel, yes.
Cool.
Can I have a look at its shoes, see if they're any good, see if they fit me?
Sure.
What's wrong with your shoes?
Yeah.
Well, they're a little bit larvared.
Oh.
They're a little
Bit
bit
what?
burnt. Bit larvared. Larvared.
You
Not
vomited on me.
larvaed. Larvaed.
You love
Larvaed, not larvaed.
Larvae, like the little.
No, so not that. Not that.
Larvar. Larva.
I love are you too.
Well, very much so. That's why I need new shoes.
Oh, like lava bread?
Right.
So, yeah, the shoes fit you perfectly.
Oh, wonderful. I'll
Yeah.
take
They're good boots. They're good
Nice.
protective boots made like with thick leather and good lining inside.
I'm totally writing that down on my inventory. Thank you.
I'd like to investigate also just to see if there's anything that Dirt would find interesting, because, Dirt finds the uninteresting the most interesting usually.
A beaten helmet, metallic helmet with a visor, torn chainmail shirt, and a skirt, like a chain skirt underneath, which protects.
What's the head made out of? You said it was like a ball of string or
a
something?
leather sack with more stuffing in it. A ball of stuffing.
I'll take that.
Sure, you got it. A sack full of stuffing.
Sack of stuffing?
What's the stuffing made of? Is it like straw or?
No, it looks like it's like lint, but it's rougher and it's made from an unknown material. Like it's not
Ooh,
very clear
gross.
what this is.
I taste it.
It's a kind of rock.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah.
Is it the kind of rock that gives me sustenance?
It could. It's a
Did I
small
find dirt
snack.
food?
It's a small snack.
Oh, yeah, I found snacks.
Yeah, sure. And
A snack sack.
yeah, this rock was somehow shaved in a way that created like thin strips that looked like strands of cloth or hair, and then it was like all bundled together to make
Like
some
steel
kind of,
wool?
like, stuffing. Yeah, exactly.
I was going to say it was like chips, because it'd be like chips of stone, but actually, no, it's more like candy floss.
Also like that, yes. Yeah, like rougher candy floss.
Very nice.
All right,
th-
you
it's
keep walking.
Still one direction, right? So we just keep going.
Yep.
I
Soon enough, there's another fork in the road. This time you have the same tunnel going forward and like a narrower tunnel off to the right at an angle, and also starting to go down deeper into the ground.
Oh, do you think it'll go help us find the flail?
Well,
Perhaps.
I hope so.
We should go down then, right?
Well, there's no way of knowing if we've gone down deep enough or not. We could always toss a coin again.
Let's just continue. We can always turn back, I assume.
So along the main path, and not the smaller, narrower downhill path.
Oh,
Were they narrower?
Yeah, the one that goes downhill is a bit narrower.
Right.
There's a narrower one going sloping downwards.
Will dirt fit in the smaller one?
Sure, yeah.
Should we maybe go down since that's the one Triss wants to go on?
Yes.
All right.
I got
so
nowhere to be.
You
Just like very happily like hears that and just sort of skips ahead.
sure. You turn right. You go down, and you follow the path sloping down. Soon enough, there's stairs this time. Again, the same path continues at the same slope downwards, and then there's stairs going down and to the right, and then up and to the left. And so there's like three different ways to continue.
Oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting it to be a labyrinth down here. I thought it was just like a mine excavation tunnel.
Yeah, actually, I will have you roll intelligence, Grubble, upon saying this, because... And you do actually... You have intelligence, because it has to do with your wind magic, which is part of your education. So it's... Yeah, it's connected to your trait, and you got a critical
with
success. Because of thanks to your advantage. So that's excellent, and that means that you realize now a couple of things. You still feel the wind flowing very, very softly, and you feel it carrying different kinds of scents and coming in at like very minute little temperature differences and pressure differences. Some of it is carrying a kind of dust that seems to come from a different place. Some of it seems to be fresher or cleaner. And you realize, first of all, this place is huge. You can get lost here forever, very easily. And secondly, you can use your magic to get around if you taste the air. If you use your senses to feel which wind is coming from which direction.
Ah, right. Okay, so which wind is coming from further down?
So there's definitely a warmer smell there. There's something warm and smells vaguely like dirt. And Dirt the character, that is. And the...
right.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying.
And also there's a smell of definitely like something alive, something organic, like either animals or trash or garbage or something is down there. It's
In
not
the same
just
direction.
Yeah.
Right, so I share as much with the group. And what about the other ways? There's one set of stairs going up.
Yeah, so the stairs going up smell like there's a lot of dust and musty, dusty air that hasn't moved for a while, a long time, and smell of something metallic over there. And the stairs going down, they smell like something that you have never smelled before. It's like breath, the breath of something, but it's not like any kind of person or animal that you ever smelled the
Right,
breath of.
so I share this with the group and I suggest one of the second two. Because the metallic thing could be the flail, or the breathy thing could be breath stealer. The flail.
Itamar, how far have we gone from the scarequester?
Maybe 10 more minutes.
Oh, okay, too far.
So we could go in a place that smells like dirt, but there'll be creatures down there. So I think we're trying to avoid trouble.
Why?
But that was the one that you said could be where we could find our flail.
No, the one with the flail is the one that smells like something's breath that I've never smelt before.
We
That might
do
be-
not know that for sure.
Right.
And I think going to a place that smells like someone's breath is a bad idea.
I mean, is it morning breath or is it like after garlic breath?
This is the thing. It's a smell of breath I've never smelled before.
Does it smell like quartz?
I have smelled quartz. Actually, have I smelled quartz? Don't know. What does quartz smell like, Dirt?
Like stone.
Right.
How specific.
Good to know. So I think I'm leaning towards the musty, dusty, and metallic.
But wouldn't dusty mean that maybe no one has gone there in a while and we could get lost?
And there's no one there to kill us.
But maybe we make a new friend. Remember Hesitheris? No one thought Hesitheris was going to be fun, but they were great.
Tris, if you want to get lost, we can get lost anywhere. Doesn't need to be down the dusty path. Wherever you want, we can just go get lost.
Together.
So what do you choose?
Great. It sounds like musty and dusty wins because we can get lost in any direction.
All right.
I say down.
I also vote down.
Oh dear, oh dear.
To the breath.
No, not to the breath.
To the pain.
Well, maybe we should do a luck check / flip a coin.
I don't think luck will carry you this time. You can flip an actual coin. That's
Right. So if I do, what is it? Three possible paths.
Do a d6, and then like 1, 2 is one option, 3, 4 is the second option.
Or D4.
5,
We
6.
D4, and then we have the 3 pass, and the last one is that we stay.
No.
Go back. Yeah.
Or go back. Yeah, we
Ah,
go
yeah,
and
then we go
live
back.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that. D4. I'm rolling it now.
Wait, what means what?
One is left, 2 is straight, 3 is right, 4 is back.
All right.
Yeah, and Itamar knows which one is which out of those. Okay.
I
Good.
feel like 1 is down. No.
What is
left.
We gotta
We go
follow
back.
back.
We just go back. We just fucking go back.
All right.
I threw a 4-sided coin, and it seems we're going back up
We're
a
idiots.
narrow path. The dungeon master is nodding at that.
Walking just a few minutes back up the tunnel, you get to the crossing that you just went down before, and you have the tunnel continuing into, going just straight ahead that you
Yeah,
didn't
let's
go
do that.
before.
Let's be straight.
All right. You keep going after another few steps, maybe a couple more minutes. You see writing, something scrawled on the wall. Someone used coal to write down "Beware" with several exclamation marks.
Are we?
Just beware, not beware of.
No, just beware.
Right, well, it's totally useless because it might mean beware back the way we came, and it might also be similar to the Scarequester. I think it's just another form of Scarequester.
Wait, what if it actually says BUR?
B-U-R.
Like a name?
What if it says be-wa-re? Is that short for something like go put your penis in a hole?
Why would it be short for that?
At this point, I will ask you, what do you do?
Aware. We continue straight on. No?
All right,
Yeah,
sure.
Tris is like, we're gonna find someone named BURA.
Yeah.
Itamar, real
Yeah.
quick. I've been eating from this leather sack of steel wool. Is it enough sustenance to give me 1 extra HP to make me full?
Sure, got 1
Oh,
HP
yeah, it
for
is.
that. You've eaten it all. It's super easy to eat. Like it's super soft for you, like cotton candy, and you can just shove mouthfuls of it in and barely even chew it. Just
It's
melts.
sticky, just like it's like all over my face.
It melts into warm lava that sticks all around your lips and just
It's so good.
So Tris at this point has climbed onto Atlas's shoulder and just sort of chattering like, I wonder if BURA is gonna be a friend, and just like, well, where do you think we should go next? Should we flip another coin?
The next thing you notice is another piece of writing, again written with the same kind of like charcoal on the wall, and it says, Beware of large, scary monster. Seriously.
I lick the charcoal.
Be wise,
Charcoal.
large monster. Seriously.
Is it the same handwriting?
Yeah.
So
How high up is it?
About your shoulders height.
So pretty high.
Yeah.
do we?
My shoulder's about 2 meters.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be that the monster, who I'm presuming is called Seriously, has written this.
Lamar.
Has written this himself. Well, I'm in the policy that the monster is called Seriously.
I think so too.
Of the large monster Seriously. Right? Maybe the monster itself wrote this.
Ooh, probably.
Do you know? Have you heard the phrase "fake it till you make it"?
Do you think there may be a small monster just trying to overcompensate for being when they want to be a large monster?
But it's written quite high up, so maybe not.
I look for a stepladder.
I mean, it's only slightly taller than you, Grubble, so...
Look for
No,
a
it's
step
quite
ladder.
a lot taller than me.
Yeah, I just examine the surroundings, see if there's like a stepladder or like a big rock that a shorter person could have used to write the message.
Oh, I mean.
Or like a stick with some charcoal tied to the end of it.
No, nothing here.
No.
Roll wisdom, though. Maybe you will find something.
Oh yeah. Did it go? Where is it? There it is. Hey!
Again, very clear footsteps, quite fresh, leading away from you. Someone walked here, stopped for a while, wrote this on the wall just a little while ago, and kept walking.
Perhaps we should walk a bit faster.
I agree. Perhaps this is the person Triss had a brief conversation with. And briefly, as Matt, is anyone else hearing music? Because it says on my screen that Itamar is sharing computer sound, but I'm not hearing anything.
Nothing.
Yeah, you're not hearing anything? Okay, so I'll bring up the volume a little bit. There's supposed to be some eerie dungeon sounds around you.
We can do them.
Sounds like a...
Okay, tell me if it's too loud, because I remember from the past that sometimes it's kind of makes it hard to hear me when I speak.
And Twitch too, can you let us know if you can hear it?
Sure, yeah. Okay.
No, I still can't hear it at all.
No,
Yeah, me neither.
Wow.
I hear it like a helicopter.
drilling. Like
Yeah.
a drilling noise.
Let's try that again.
That was a mine, not a cave.
Hey. All right.
Oh!
Now I hear it.
Nothing to- yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, now I hear it, for sure.
Excellent. So
Twitch hears it too.
You are walking faster now, right? At a faster pace, trying to
That's
catch
right.
up to whoever it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna
walk
meet our new
forward.
friend.
At some point, there's a very faint light coming from up ahead. It gets slowly gets stronger and brighter, and you come up to a lantern hanging on the from one of the walls and lighting up the corridor to a little bit to the back and ahead, and you already see the next one. Like 20 meters ahead, there's another lantern hanging. Yeah.
Atlas, walk into the light.
Sure, I do.
Can I grab the lantern down and hand it to someone?
Sure, yeah, it's hanging from a hook. You can just
Yeah.
grab it.
Here,
Sure,
who
I'll-
wants the light? Okay.
I'll take it.
I throw it at him.
Yo! Oh, do I have to roll to catch it? Is it easy to catch?
I mean, it's like a toss. It's not like
Is it gonna spill hot oil all over me?
Yeah,
It's like
gonna take
when you
lots of damage.
toss someone keys.
it's going to be the end of the adventure.
Oil and then flame and then just Gretel just burns up.
Matt, why don't you make a bubble to keep the smell out from your face?
Oh, that would be nice and cheap. No, I'm good. I think I catch it like this, and then I just like take the handle at the top and walk
Okay.
with the lantern.
Not melts you today.
Sure. So it's It's not long before you get to the next lantern. You pass it, you already see the next one again, and then you hear the voice again. The same voice roaring from down the hall, and it says, "Roar! Roar! Don't come anywhere near me!"
Ithamar, I've been blowing out the lanterns as we go by them.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So you have the one, and then the ones behind you are out.
Hi, it's me.
I'm not friendly.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna use some Amanamani to try and do like a deep throat tonal like entrance to try and bring some ominousness to our approach.
Okay, sure. I will remind you that it's going to be a roll, but also drawing on chaos because you can't power those spells right now by yourself. So sure. It's going to be 4 hit points. No, actually, it's just to make what you say sound more ominous.
Yeah,
That's
just
not
like.
Yeah, so that's not very difficult. It's just going to be 2 hit points, and
Okay.
it's going to be a roll on the drawing on chaos table, chaos surge.
Okay.
So let me bring it up on the screen.
Here we go.
So first of all, roll your intelligence, your wisdom, to see if you even managed to cast the spell.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got it. So now roll on the chaos surge table. Pay 2 hit points and roll on the table.
Can I use a reagent for my hit points?
Sure, yeah. So roll the reagent risk die.
I'll use my my locket. So it's a D8, right? Hang on, sorry. Where'd it go? Here.
The
Yes.
triangle on the locket, yeah.
Hang on. Wait, what do I? The triangle on the locket. There it is. I figured it out. A 4.
Right, you get 4, so use 2 of the 4 points you got, and you power the spell. Now roll on D12 on the Chaos Surge table.
D12.
5. That's drain. Lose points in a random stat equal to the HP cost. Recover 1 point per day. So you take stat damage to one of your stats, and that means that you need to roll a D6 to see which one of the stats you take the damage to.
Oh, it's a lot of rolling.
Yeah. 5 is your constitution.
Yeah, it is.
So you take 2 constitution damage. You pay 2 hit points. You also lose 2 points of constitution. You go down to constitution 10. And you feel the chaos energy. It goes through your body. It shakes you up a little bit, and it kind of unhinges you a little. Like your body gets shaken, and the lava starts churning and flowing in currents underneath your skin. Unpredictable.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
And eventually, the spell does work. And you feel the energy form around you and your mouth, and you know that when you speak now, you're going to sound much more ominous. But the chaos is it's noticed you now. It knows that you're here, and it's present. What do you say with your new ominous voice?
We are here for seriously.
I don't care how serious you are. I'm a scary monster.
Maybe his name is Beware.
I'm gonna take the pitchfork, and I'm just gonna like javelin throw it into the darkness. Just, but high. I'm aiming real high. It's a threat, not an attack.
Yeah, it's a warning shot. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Roll charisma, but you get advantage because of your spell.
Ooh.
Everything you do is a little scarier. Yeah, okay, well, that's a success. Thanks to your advantage. And that means that the pitchfork. So first of all, delete it from your character sheet because you don't have it right now. And it hits the ceiling and makes a terrible like noise, like a scrape and a metallic clang. And then it falls down to the floor and it skids a little bit forward. Some sparks fly up, and then whoever it is from down the tunnel. Says, "All right, I give up. I just don't do anything to me."
Good job, Dirt. I always knew you were a master of strategy.
I'm gonna use the rest of my the charm on this spell to just sing something very, very lovely and soothing, and just make it like echo through the stone chamber that we're in. Oh. The weather outside is frightful.
Weather outside is
I'm so delightful. Along that line.
Oh no,
I was the echo.
Please stop. Please don't keep singing about the weather outside. It sounds absolutely frightful. No. Please,
Right,
just leave me alone.
We've intimidated the monster that may or may not be called Biware. I want to try and see if the monster knows where the flail is. So I'm gonna shout out. I'm gonna go, hand over the flail or lead us to it.
What flail?
Okay, well.
But since we've no place to go,
Since
let it so, let
no,
it so,
please,
let it
no.
Let it so, let it so, let it so.
When we finally kiss
Then we
goodnight.
finally
Grubble.
good night.
Grubble, roll charisma.
Oh, I'm not actually singing. I'm being the echo.
The echo. Oh, you're being the echo. Yeah.
Trish is definitely singing along.
But I think it's still gonna be because it's your attempt to get the information out of him.
Yes, that's right.
You roll charisma.
Aye!
Oh.
Come on!
Okay, so the voice says no flail, and the voice comes along with like a breath of air, like a whoosh that washes over all of you, and your lantern goes out, and the light of your halo, Dirt, goes out as well, and you are left in complete and utter darkness. You hear something scraping against the wall, and the monster says, "I've warned you a few times, and I've asked you nicely to go away. Why won't you just leave me alone?" The voice is much closer now than it was before. What do you do?
That's what I get out of critical success. I don't know what I do.
Triss
You got a
wants
critical
to.
success?
Yeah,
Yes.
it just now finally updated on the.
What? I can't believe I didn't see it. But how come I didn't see that?
That's why I was celebrating.
Yeah.
God damn it. That's still what happens. We'll have to play the success some other way. But right now, this is what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Triss is like fascinated and sort of wanders over, like gets off of Atlas. You remember me? Well, you talked to me before. Hi.
I told you to get away from me before.
But we're on an adventure, and you seemed kind of nice.
Nice? No, I'm evil.
Can you answer a question for me? Is your name Biware, or is it seriously?
It's neither of these two.
Oh, I no one guessed that. What an interesting name.
Neither of these two.
Nice to meet you, neither of these two.
Hi.
I don't appreciate the jokes. I don't like adventurers. They usually try to loot the place and leave a terrible mess behind.
Well, we're just looking for a flail that I sort of accidentally let it go through me and create a hole into the center of the earth.
Wait a
But-
minute. Wait, how can they loot the place and leave a terrible mess behind? That doesn't
I mean,
make
if
sense.
you're looking for things to loot, it would make sense for you to go through the place and search. And while searching, you might make a mess, and then after looting, you might not clean it up.
Exactly what the Black Warrior said.
Thank you.
Atlas is very clean when they loot. Very, very clean.
Well,
do
I
try
wouldn't
to
like
keep things
anyone
as
to
tidy
loot.
as possible.
This is my home. Nobody can loot
Well-
my home.
Well, Mr. Neither. Mr. Neither.
I'm not
If-
Mr. Neither. I'm Mr. Fisher.
Oh,
My name is Percy Fisher III.
I completely misunderstood. I very much apologize. Well, Mr. Fisher, the third. If
Mr.
we,
the Third?
if we were to find just the flail, we wouldn't need to loot anything else. That's all we're here for.
How would I help you
even
find
if we
that
don't
flail?
find the flail, I don't think there's a reason for us to loot the place.
No,
Mr.
no, no
Fisher.
looting. If I
No,
help
we're
you,
not looting.
if I
that's-
help you in any way, no looting at all.
Okay, but what if maybe you just have some more of that that steel wool that you put inside of the leather sack
skeleton.
for? Yes, because that was very nice.
Did you take it out of the mannequin that I created?
Oh, I ate it. I ate it. Yes.
No, that takes a time. That takes a while to create, even with claws as sharp as mine. That takes a little while.
Can we see your face, Mr. Fisher the Third?
No,
But you said
Okay.
you'd help us find the flail. Thank you.
I will. How can I help you?
Have you seen a flail
I haven't
lying
seen a
around or being
flail.
carried?
It will have fell down here a couple of hours ago.
Fell down. Did it
Yeah.
carry a stream of stinky sewage with it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Might
probably.
have.
Was there a point where you felt maybe your breath was stolen?
Dum,
No.
dum, dum, dum,
I didn't feel it
dum,
at any point.
dum.
But I did find a new path dug through the stone.
Sounds like the place we'd like to go. Yes, please.
It was very narrow and it was full of stinky sewage.
Please lead us there.
All right,
Uh,
come with me.
And no looting. No looting.
No
Do
looting.
more of your men. Things.
can I touch your face?
I'd prefer not. I'm a
And I
creature.
just-
I'm a reclusive
walk close.
creature of darkness. You walk forward, and your hands do touch up against something. It feels very soft, like it's very soft fur. And your hands like go into a little bit of something that tickles, and like it's like all around your fingers, but then it immediately withdraws, and you can feel the steps and the grinding of like claws and feet against the stone, and the voice gets farther away and it says, "No, no touching."
Okay, sorry. Hey, have you seen my pitchfork?
Yes, it's right here on the ground, and it slides the pitchfork over to you, and it clangs against your like.
Thank you.
So, I'm quite tempted to light my lantern, the one I'm carrying, the one that blew out that I had that dirt picked off the wall.
Well, then I will not be able to help you.
Oh, well, I can't see where I'm going. I might walk quite slowly, like this.
Just be careful.
Tell you what, if you just walk ahead and sing a little song, I'll follow the sound of you singing.
All right.
Well, perhaps you could hold Mr. Fisher's hand.
He said no touching, he did.
Or face. Oh.
You can touch my hand. Well,
I'd very happily touch your hand, Tris. I don't think it'll solve anything.
I at this point with like I've just silently started taking out the darkberry bush vines, and like kindergarten class I like hand like we pass it forward and we give the end of it to Fisher so that we can all just kind of walk.
He won't hold it. No, he's willing to walk before you and sing, and you can hold each other with the vine.
Oh, he's willing to sing?
what does he say?
Yeah, he's willing to speak and sing throughout so that you can hear his voice.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Itamar, quick question. I wasn't aware that my halo could be put out.
Yeah. It never used to be. Possible. It's not something that you think is possible. But right now, there's total utter darkness.
Yeah. So is this worrying me? Like, am I glow? Are my cracks glowing?
Is this worrying you? Are your cracks glowing?
Do you have a glowing crack?
So, just I'll walk along, but in the back of everyone, I'm gonna just kind of be going like,
Like trying to poop.
Yeah.
yeah. But I've got two of these hit points left on my die, so I'm gonna try to use them somehow to charge my lava glow or charge my halo back or something.
Right. Sure. So you try, but before you even manage to make a spell out of it or to power a spell, you realize that the lava, you feel the heat radiating out, and still nothing shows. There's no glow of the lava in your
Okay.
the cracks.
I still do it anyway.
Sure.
I would absolutely like to hear Mr. Percy Fisher III singing a song.
We're gonna do it.
Because we need a clip for
All right.
YouTube.
We're walking through a tunnel. We're walking in a line. We're walking through a tunnel, and I am leading. I am leading you through the tunnel. I'm leading you in a long, long line. We're walking through a tunnel. Walking through a tunnel. Walking through a tunnel in a long, long line.
This is riveting content.
Lohi just screams the very first dragon scream that Lohi has ever screamed, and it's like a cry for help. It's like it's I can't make the same sound, but you can imagine.
Can you sing again?
I think Lohi's trying to join in.
Mm-hmm. He's very in tune.
Are you? Is the dragon going to be joining me
No,
in the song? I mean.
no. Ooh, and I guess I got Lohi back because Daclus got their sword back, right? So Lohi's back to cool.
Sure.
Good.
Sorry, I wanted to harmonize. So if you don't want me to, I'll try and restrain myself.
I can hum. It makes me very stealthy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the opposite. Never mind. I'll tell you later.
Okay. The tunnel, it goes quite deep. People think I'm nothing but a creep. I lead you through the tunnel, we're walking in a line. You can hold your hand, but don't put your hand in mine. The tunnel, it's really quite scary. The tunnel. I guess you know I'm hairy, but you're not gonna know anything else about me. Just to
Lohi-
make
We
sure.
would like to, because you seem very interesting. You've got a lovely voice.
Do I? I usually use it to scare adventurers coming to nose around my lair.
You keep saying that you are scary, but then why have you been looted so many times? If you're scary, shouldn't you be, scaring the people?
Well,
I think maybe you're not scary. I think maybe you are. What is not scary?
Cuddly.
I think you are like.
I think you can be both.
no.
I also think you're probably not very
Atlas
creepy.
is cuddly and scary.
In the song, you said people think I'm creepy, but I think, creepy people usually want to touch other people, whereas you don't want to be touched, and you like being left alone. So I think you're kind of the opposite of creepy.
But he said people think I'm creepy, which does not mean that I am
Hey.
creepy. It just
No.
means that's what people think.
Exactly.
I just think, I see. Those people are probably wrong, Mr. Percy Fisher III.
Well,
Trouble, I think you might have some outdated notions about how to be creepy. A person can be creepy in many ways.
Ooh, let's have a creepy contest.
Okay, so what? Tell me a way you can be creepy that I'm not thinking of.
I mean, touching is not the only way to creep someone out. You can also smell their hair.
Oh right, but what I'm saying is, not only does he not touch, but he tries to stay away from people. Is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's the full on distance thing. But I suppose you could be stalkery. That's quite creepy.
Oh,
And
I
that's-
once
Fisher,
followed a band of adventurers for a full 48 hours, and they never noticed. Is that creepy?
Ooh.
Did you just watch them stealing, or what? They were just taking your stuff?
Well,
Were they doing anything intimate while you were watching?
I think it's more creepy if they're just doing like normal things, like brushing their teeth, or like, I don't know, making a grilled cheese sandwich or something. That's to me weirder to be watching than if they're doing something naked.
Did you watch them sleep?
I did.
See, Atlas, it's not creepy.
I think I rest my case. Mr.
right,
Fisher, do adventurers come down here very often, or how often do you see people?
Not very, but it happened quite a few times.
Like more than 3?
Dozens of times over the last several decades.
How long have you been living here?
Oh, well, I'm not sure exactly how long it's been. It's all so very dark wherever I am.
Why don't you put on some lighting?
I am a creature of darkness.
Well, there you go. There's your problem right there. Are you a third like in succession, or are you the third like the queens of the England, where it could just be any number but not in a row?
What's this England you're talking about? Where's that?
It's I read it in a book of bestiary, dragon bestiary. So I don't know. I've never been.
Is it where the Engs live?
That must be, yes.
The Ings.
The Ings. The Ings. The Ings live somewhere.
The
Now
Ings
we've
of
got a new
England.
race called Ings.
The land of the Ings with the queens.
Yeah.
I think
Queen
we have
Queen.
arrived at the place that you're looking for. And
Is that what we get for a critical success?
oh, you rolled again?
Just
No.
so sick of us.
No. It's just we still haven't.
Yeah.
I still feel like that still has to be reckoned.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was.
With the queen.
Thank you very much. Are you?
We're horrible people.
You smell a horrible smell. You're in the darkness, so you only have your senses of hearing and smell to tell what's around you. And yeah, obviously there's some dripping going on from above. Something drips, and it's pretty close to you, and it smells like raw sewage. Percy Fisher III says, I will return to my lair now, but when you go back, make sure to not to shine bright lights and not to leave a mess behind. Don't loot
And not
anything.
to loot anything.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fisher III. It was nice to meet a new friend.
Thank
Hey,
you. You've
be
been a great
careful.
help, and we appreciate it very much.
If there
Yes,
is
and-
any chance that when you return back upwards, you can spread the story of the horrible, scary darkness monster here that tears you apart and eats you alive.
We'd be happy to.
With a really good singing voice.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Right. I mean, you should get on stage with that voice.
Oh,
You should think about professional lessons.
Right.
I'll think about that. So
Bye.
long. And it scurries away. Your halo gradually lights back up over about 5 seconds until it's just the
Weird.
same illumination that it was before, and around you, no sign of any monsters.
Dur was spending all that time like trying to light his crack. Is he now lit?
Yeah, is it? Do they?
I mean, if the halo's back,
Yeah. So
like whatever magic was going dark, I think probably left. So
so I guess you have like.
He has a fiery hole once more.
No wonder everyone hates us.
okay.
So you're standing in rougher hallway now. It's been dug. It's an artificial tunnel, but it's not as smooth and straight, though, like straight walls and ceiling like it was before. It's obviously much older as well, and you see a hole in the ceiling and a tunnel dug through like the wall where something fell through, and there's a stream of stinky, smelly. Water going through it and like sludge.
Triss cannot smell anything.
Itamal?
Yeah.
Can I try and figure out like if this hole makes sense in relation to where we were above ground and then where we went? Like, can I try and see if it matches?
Wow, that's some dwarven earth sense you're trying to tap there.
Or like a good sense of direction?
I think rolling your intelligence at disadvantage because it's going to be very difficult.
Sounds like strength, no?
Strength, sure. Now I still cannot see your result, but I'm guessing it's just because I didn't. Oh yeah, now I can see.
But wait, wouldn't
It's a failure.
advantage? Wouldn't they have advantage because they have a death sense and they would be more attuned to where the flail is?
Right.
Nice
So
try. Very, very nice try. Yeah, but no.
Wouldn't they get advantage because
Because
Mars
Because of
is
that critical
in
success
retrograde,
earlier?
I
and
absolutely love it that you try, and I recommend you do that again. But no, you don't get advantage this time. You're rolling with disadvantage, and that means you have no idea where you are
I have no idea.
in relation
Right,
to the
but-
city above you.
The fact that there's like, because we knew there were sewers where the flail fell. The fact that there's sewer water coming down, I think it's quite likely we're in the right place. So how do we get?
sure
down?
hope so.
How are we going to get down, further down to wherever it fell?
We walked in.
I'll say that the tunnel leading down, it's been dug. If it's been dug by the flail, it's kind of like the right size for it, and it means it's just like this size.
Oh no!
Even Triss is gonna have trouble unless you
Because
use
their abilities left.
your ability. Yeah, that's right. You can use your ability.
Right, Tris, but if you
Ooh.
did, it'd be just you by yourself.
Arclis, why don't you just drop the sword down there and maybe...
No.
Okay. No spitballing here, just,
No,
thinking.
of course, no bad ideas, of course, but this one was bad.
Can we? Oh, is there another path that we can see that maybe leads down?
You can start exploring the tunnels around you.
I examine my surroundings.
A tunnel going back and up, a tunnel going forward and down. That's it.
Cool.
You can start walking ahead and seeing other tunnels and try to find a path going down. Again,
Right.
Grubble, you and actually Dirt as well, because you feel the rocks around you. They're not, like I told you last session, they're not very communicative rocks. You can't actually find your way by talking to them, but just feeling generally around you, you know that there's an entire complex of tunnels, and it's going to be very difficult to find your way without getting lost. Triss, yes.
I mean, we have a bubble mage and we have a lava mage. Could they not make the hole bigger?
Yes, make the hole bigger.
Like, could you not? I don't know. Use lava to melt the rock, or use bubbles to make the rock expand.
I mean,
Shooting the shit here. Just
Wouldn't that, I mean, I think it might melt the flail as well? Does that make
the
sense?
flail is magic.
Right.
but so is the lava.
Magic
So
lava.
we're just trying to make the tunnel bigger because you guys are worried about sending Triss down there solo, and so at least someone could come maybe more.
Why do you say that like that's an unreasonable thing to be worried about?
Triss is super excited to just jump into a tunnel.
I have no doubt of that at all.
You can use one of you can make a leash out of the Branbury bush and just shove him in the hole.
But we'll still have the problem when you get there of how you pick up the flail. Considering the reason you couldn't pick it up is the reason it's down here in the first.
Also, how do you get back up now without the snake?
Leash.
On the leash, this is what she's saying on the rope.
And I could tie.
They're saying.
I could tie the leash to the flail and to me.
Can
Right,
you tie?
this actually sounds like quite a good idea after all.
That's
don't
that's
we
what I'm worried
practice-
about. It's starting
Wait
to
a
make
minute.
sense, and I don't
Triss, why
like
don't we
that.
practice your tying skills? Why don't we, Achilles, can we have your sword and we can see how...
No.
Okay. Maybe take my pitchfork and practice tying with the darkberry bush vine and see if you can do it.
How long is the vine?
It's several vines, it says. So,
Quite long.
There's a good few meters.
300 meters.
And also, with Triss' ability, would we not be able to make? Because Triss wasn't solid when the flail went through Triss. If part of what Triss does is become more corporeal, perhaps
Or polio.
Corporal.
become less smoky and more jello or something, jelly or
Yeah,
oily.
why Jello? Why Jello?
Okay, fine. I was just thinking of something that could be elastic,
Or porgelo.
Sure. Then maybe they would be able to pick up the flail.
But no one can touch the flail.
I would remind you that 2 sessions ago, the thing that made the flail fall down is the result of a roll that I asked Triss to make. So it's going to depend on a die roll.
Right, I think we're agreed. We're tying Triss to some vines and lowering Triss down with the hope.
Are we? Okay.
I think you're out.
Just volunteers his tribute.
Sure.
Look, I think maybe we make a slip knot now in the bottom of the vine so that you don't need to tie anything, and then you just loop it around the flail, and then
Good idea.
we tie 2 slip knots, one for the flail, one for you.
And I'll be elastic, so we can just extend.
Yes.
Great.
Or slinky. Could I be a slinky?
Yes, of course.
I don't know what that is, but I'm all in favor.
All right. So the plan is, Triss, you tie a long rope. Dirt, you tie a long rope with the vines, and then Triss, you hang on to the edge of the rope, and then elongate yourself as well and become solid in order to be able to grab things.
So my understanding is it's almost going to be like fishing. Dirt's going to be, have the little bit, and they're going to just drop me down the hole. And then I'm going to, if it's not quite long enough, I'm going to.
How do you fish?
Pardon?
How do you fish? You toss someone in there and let them grab.
I'm bait. Clearly, Triss is bait.
The way I usually fish is I hold the end of a vine in the air over a
And
hole.
I drop a
That's
bunch
how
of
I
jello into a hole.
fish. Yeah, that's
I was thinking,
tends to work.
this feels very normal for ice fishing. A little hole. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Right.
Anyway, so we're holding the
It's a
vine
cultural
over the hole and sending Triss down. And then if the vine isn't long enough, Triss will basically turn themselves into like an elasticized rubber to just go.
It's
Sure,
a good way
so-
to catch jellofish.
You
Big
need
deal.
to use your ability just to be able to hang on to the rope and not just float off from it. So you need to become solid. Just to,
So,
to
like
hold
I'm
onto it.
making I'm starting the elasticizing now, so I can almost
Yeah.
like tap myself to the rope, to the little slip knot that Dirt's made.
Exactly.
Then
So you're attaching
when
the
I-
rope to yourself, and you're making yourself solid, or at least like elastic, but solid enough to hold the rope, and then hold whatever it is you need to hold down there. And Dirt, you just let Triss drop down. Now Triss is a bit heavier and more solid, so it just falls right down, and the rope unspools from around your hand and just falls pretty quickly until it goes twang and is held taut in your fist. You're easily strong enough to hold Triss. She's not very heavy. They're not very heavy. So Triss, you find yourself hanging down in the middle of this hole,
And
which
the
is-
gravity of it, so that's also part of it because of like this sort of like rubbery substance. It's sort of bunchy. So when the rope goes taut, gravity just like whoosh, Tris all the way down.
So we're gonna make this into a dexterity roll because the first time you you are stretched to your maximum length, going like like the first like all the momentum you gain from falling down, you stretch your maximum length. You can just barely reach the bottom of the hole and see like a form there, a kind of like a shape that looks like a ball and something like a chain wrapped around it. And you need to reach out an appendage, a hand or whatever it is, and grab it. So roll dexterity to see how
Very
well
sticky.
you do.
Question: do I get to roll it with advantage because it's my ability?
Your ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, use of your ability gives you advantage. Sure. Yeah, that's cool. You make it.
And I'm sticky, so I literally just like stick to the flip.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that goop you throw on walls as kids. I'm like,
Oh no.
Sticky hand.
I just like Talia's
So wait,
reaction
okay.
to that.
Jada.
Talia has got some traumatic childhood memories related to
Jada, if it's just like one of those sticky hands, what else do you grab? Because you're getting everything,
I'm just like splat. Like I get
cat
the
hair
ball,
and pebbles.
I will tell you exactly what happens. You grab whatever it is, you just hang on, you just attach to it, and you start going back up. You're stretched. You're absolutely stretched, and now you're just flying back up the tunnel, the hole in the floor, and you fly back up. You feel it, the rope flying back up at you, and you try to grab it and wind it up again, and until you see something that looks like a black snake made of jello just shoot out of the hole and splash onto the ceiling. Tris, you are just splashed and like splat flat against the ceiling, like exactly like a kind of like a sticky jello toy slime, and in the middle of it,
Don't go into too much detail. You'll give Talia
hanging
trauma.
hanging to
I'm
the
trying
middle.
to
And then I'll slowly
I'm
like
just worried.
So in the middle of this bunch of slime hanging to the ceiling, there's Breath Stealer. The ball, the head of the flail is hanging right like in the middle of the puddle of slime, and the chain is hanging down, and the rod, the shaft that he used to hold the flail, is just dangling underneath in the middle of the tunnel.
I say, and it was this big. Fishing joke.
Oh.
I'm gonna stand over the hole
Yeah.
because I don't want it to fall back down the hole. So I'm
You're gonna get a
standing-
flail on the noggin.
Yeah, better it
Might
falls on
get-
your head.
That's a bad idea, man.
Um,
Couldn't you put a bubble around the flail, like to maybe stop
Can I try and grab the flail?
How high up is the ceiling?
it? How high up is Tris?
I mean, do you want to try grabbing it, Atlas?
Yes.
So, getting closer to it, you feel the aura that is that just wants to take you apart, particle by particle. It's something that will definitely affect you if you touch the flail.
Wait, I have a question. It's not affecting Tris. Can Tris wield Breath Stealer?
Well, I will have you roll Constitution now.
Tris wield anything.
That's a well. We have Usa, so there is a sword. It's a singing sword and it's purple. That's
Roll
different.
Constitution just to see what happens.
Oh nope.
Yeah, so in answer to your question, the flail starts slowly detaching from you. It's in a second, it's gonna fall down on the floor, and you know it's gonna create a new tunnel and fall through. And it causes you d6 of damage because it's also breaking you apart, but it's doing so much more slowly than anything else. You feel that the flail is partly infused with part of whatever is making you up, part of whatever is your composition is also somewhat in the flail. So you're a little bit resistant to it,
Weird.
but you still take some damage. which we're gonna roll right now. Oh, you already did. So yeah, 2 points of damage, and you're gonna keep taking damage slowly over time as you're carrying the flail.
I am
Yes,
definitely
Trouble.
going for a big sticky bubble.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and aim. So I'm gonna. So I start sort of this kind of throat action that's like, and then I do my hand gestures, and I aim straight upwards and try and catch the flail.
Wait, does the bubble come out of your mouth?
I was gonna ask the same thing.
So usually
You
not.
spit bubbles.
Usually not, but because I'm not using any magical reagent, in this case it does. So if I have something magical that I'm channeling magic through, then I form the bubble magically. But because I don't have that, it's a backup plan. It's comes out of me. That's why it costs hit points.
Like a hairball?
Yeah, but more like spit bubble, like Dirt said before.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I also have vomit magic, so it's
Right. So
Yeah, exactly. It's a
of all the
theme.
people to judge,
It's a theme in this group, I think. Throwing up your
Yeah.
spells.
Right.
So
I
yeah.
prefer to use something else, but I don't have anything else, so it's hit points only this time.
Spend hit points and roll intelligence, please.
Just a second. It's where's my big sticky bubble is. I don't know how much my big sticky bubble is. It
Did it
doesn't
say
have a
so?
price next to it. Bubble prison was 4 hit points.
Uh-huh. So that actually
Uh,
prisons someone, actually, like prevents
Yeah.
someone from moving. What does Big Sticky Bubble do?
Big sticky bubble is just it's what the
It's
name?
a big sticky bubble,
Big
man.
sticky
Yeah, it
bubble,
is.
man.
It'll help us carry breast stealer without touching breast stealer and stop
Yeah.
them from going through floors.
What
Yeah.
is the big difference between that and the bubble prison? You're holding something with a bubble.
Does we can carry?
That's a good point.
I think it's the same
It's
thing.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm no longer calling it bubble prison then. It's always going to be called big sticky bubble. But I guess that's 4 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I cast that, and what do I roll? Intelligence. Oh my god, no!
Oh,
Wait,
Lord.
you have advantage on intelligence because of your ability, because of like who you are.
Oh.
You're formally educated.
It's
Yeah,
outside
you do,
of
yeah.
outside of combat. I will allow this. Your trait. I will remind you that the traits don't give you advantage while you're inside combat. So that's not going to work in a fight. But outside of combat, yeah, sure, you get advantage from your traits. So you actually succeeded. Yeah.
I'll
but
take 4 hit points
they
off.
say, they say around the circles of the formally educated that when you deal with chaos, disasters happen sometimes through blind fate, even when you're doing everything right. Which mechanically means that when you're dealing with chaos head on, something that's infused with chaos, if you
Right.
roll a fumble, it's always a fumble, even if it shouldn't happen. So yeah.
I
that's
thought we
really-
decided the exact opposite 2 weeks ago.
Did we?
The fumble in chaos.
I had a critical success, but
Yeah.
you said I didn't have advantage.
I pitched that.
You
I remember.
so that also works with fumbles. It's the same thing. It's the same rule. Crits and fumbles happen more often because they will happen if even one of the dice come up a crit or a fumble.
But you didn't give us the crit
I didn't.
because we
Oh.
didn't have advantage.
Wait, so the argument that you made, Trent, is that she shouldn't get the crit because it's a chaos?
Well, no, because if you're saying that we can't, if you're saying that if it's always a fumble, it's a fumble, then if it's always a crit, it's a crit. But you
Okay.
have, we're trying to understand like. the
So
name.
what I remember from 2 weeks ago
Yeah.
was that specifically when we were dealing with something super chaotic,
Yeah.
it was the exact opposite. That a fumble was a success and a success was a fumble.
Oh, yeah.
Right. It was. We were talking with the dude that was wielding the breath stealer.
Yeah, with Dave.
Dave.
Yeah.
But
I have that written down.
I would say make a decision the way that you want it to work for the rest of time.
That is what? Bottomless spit? That just says
Bottomless
bottomless spit.
This is all of my notes for this show so far.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know everything.
4 episodes in, and that's a complete set of
Sorry,
notes.
spoilers, guys. Spoilers.
Right. So the fumble holds, and you cast your bubble. It forms around Triss and the flail, and once the edge of the dangling rod of the flail touches the bubble is like sticking up to the ceiling. The bubble pops violently, shaking you, Triss, and making the flail fall down. Grubble, you are relatively underneath it. I mean, you're looking straight up at it, and you see this shadow, this thing falling down at you. There's about like 1.5 meters to go, not too much. It falls down.
Can I try and catch it?
Make peace with whatever it is that you make peace with, but suddenly there's another whoosh of air on your face. Triss, you fall down from an empty patch of air down on the ground in the middle of street, in the middle of Guttown. Aklis, Dirt, you're standing next to Grubble, seeing bewildered people walking in the street, looking at the four of you who just appeared in the middle of Guttown out of nowhere. And in front of you, a huge armored figure is standing, holding Breath Stealer in his hand.
We got it
back!
Thank you very much for bringing Breath Stealer back to me.
Hey, it's Dave! I wrote Dave now.
Yes, I can see the recognition, the look of recognition on your face. You must remember me very well.
I, in particular, am very happy to see you, Dave.
Oh, you are.
If you'd been a little bit later, then I might have been quite a lot later myself.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave. Do you know what I learned just now, earlier?
What did you learn?
I think this is a lesson for all of us.
What is the lesson?
You deal with chaos.
The moral of the story?
Yes. When you deal with chaos, chaos deals with you.
Yeah. Everybody knows that. That's a chaos fact. Yeah. Anything
Okay.
I'm gonna add chaos facts now because there's
So there's death facts and now there's chaos facts.
Exactly
Dirt is enthralled with chaos facts. This is going to be Dirt's newest, the next book that Dirt steals from Aklis's house will be a chaos fact
with chaos.
encyclopedia.
Chaos deals with you! Exclamation. This is a chaos fact. Let's make sure that everyone can see it. And you have chaos facts. Let's put it next to death facts.
I'm gonna look around because you said, Itamar, you said we're like in the middle of the street, right?
You are, yeah.
I'm gonna look around for a crate of tomatoes or vegetables and just throw it on the ground.
Yeah. You throw a crate of tomatoes. Dave brings down the flail on a cart. An empty cart just parked to the side of the road. The cart breaks apart into pieces, and the crate breaks open, and lots of tomatoes spill out. Yes, you are a good servant of chaos. I felt you draw chaos again one more time when you were down there. That way I knew where you were and how to find you. Good job, Dirt.
Oh, yes, thank you. It made me feel like I was going to throw up, but I didn't. I kept it inside.
Well, good job. As far as I'm concerned, you're all servants of chaos. Expect me to find you again soon and give you your next task.
That sounds chaos.
Right. Just walks over to the vegetable seller and starts picking up tomatoes, going, sorry.
And that will be the end of tonight's episode. So thank you very much.
We did the goal. We did the goal.
Yeah, you did complete a goal and you level up to level 3. We'll do the level up off screen. So next week you'll already be leveled up and we'll be able to start with the next story.
Yeah. Oh my god, does that mean I'm gonna be able to wield my fucking sword?
No, that'll
What?
You need to improve your martial training and your hit die to D10, and that's only as possible in level 4. Level 3 is not yet possible. No, I'm sorry. You can wield weapons up to a D8 of damage, and you don't have one right now. So if you go and buy a D8 weapon, you can wield that.
Yeah,
that is more powerful than what you have.
I have a D8 weapon.
What?
You do?
Okay.
Your weird sword?
you discuss this next session if you want to. You can also go shopping. You're in the middle of a city after all. And meanwhile, I'll say thank you very much for all of our viewers. Thank you for tuning in. Next week, those sketches are going to look even better, hopefully, and we're going to have more fun in this land of Yalpelor. Next Monday, same hour, same place, 7:30 Central European Time, 8:30 Israel and Finland. Thank you very much for joining us. Good night, everybody. Good night.